in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Captain Angela Joy Allen. In view of these qualities and her demonstrated potential for increased responsibility, she is therefore promoted in the United States Army Reserve to the rank of Major. Colonel Spear will now re-administer the oath of office to Major Allen.
I state your name.
I, Angela Joy Allen,
I've been appointed a Major in the United States Army Reserve.
having been appointed Major in the United States Army Reserve,
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same.
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
That I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or association,
and that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
discharge the office
discharge the office
on which I am about to enter.
on which I am about to enter. So help me.
Major Allen will now be presented with a certificate of her promotion.
Candidates. I don't know if y'all have seen this before, but basically it gives the oath of office and everything on there. It's obviously a formal document, documents your promotion. Effective, what days again? May. May, so that's a good thing. Okay. Round of applause. Okay, I'll say just a couple words and then I'll let.
When the recruiter left my parents' home in the summer of 1996, after speaking with me, my mom said, "Angela, what are you doing? You're not the type of person to join the Army." Well, that sealed the deal. So thank you, Mom, for the motivation I needed to enlist in something that has given me purpose, strength, friends, opportunities, and an endless appreciation for our military service members, the 1% of our population who raised their right hand and promised to serve and defend this great nation of ours. 17 years ago, I enlisted in the Army Reserve. I joined while attending a 4-year college, not knowing back then what ROTC was, and just thinking I would do my 6x2-year commitment and get out. The first 6 years went by quickly, and soon it was time to re-enlist. So I decided 1 weekend a month wasn't that bad. So I re-enlisted, but then pursued a direct commission. Since I already had my bachelor's degree, I figured may as well make a little more money on my BA weekends. In 2004, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Adjutant General Corps, where I began my career as an S1 officer. Now I'm at 17 years of service, hanging on for that coveted 20-year letter. In attendance today, celebrating with me are the people in my life that stand by me, support me, help me, and love me. First, my parents, for flying out here from Minnesota, instilling in me the work ethic and values that align so well with the Army values, and supporting me through my military decisions and career, even though they may have no clue what a BA weekend means, or what an ARCOM is, or which rank even comes after Major. But despite my mother being so perplexed as to why I would want to join the Army in the first place, my parents fly out to California to care for my sons when I have Army training to do. I've also flown my children there to Minnesota en route to Fort Jackson for Captain's Career Course. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being there to support me. And to my 2 sons, Dominic and Zachary, I love you very much. And I know you don't like it when Mommy has to be gone, especially on weekends that were made for sleeping in, like football games and t-ball games. But you roll with it, you remain flexible, and you allow me to continue to wear this uniform and do what I do. To my extended family in California, You too have cared for my children while I attend battle assembly weekends, training, and Army schools. Valerie, you brought my children to unit family functions, holiday parties. Again, not knowing fully what this Army Reserve thing is, but showing up the same and helping me whenever, wherever. Thank you. To all my girlfriends, I moved to Dublin in 2009 when I was mobilized with the 75th Division at Kent Parks upstairs. I was the mom showing up in Army uniform to drop off and pick up my children from school. You befriended me, always offered a hand of support, and have been there for me if I had to work late, travel to a conference, or be out of town for a weekend. You are always there, and I know all I have to do is ask for help. And to my friends from my local church, friends that I've made over the past year or two, thank you so much for being here today. It means a lot for your support. Sometimes I feel like I'm in two different worlds, as most of you may feel, being a citizen soldier. I have my Army life, and then I have my civilian life. Not often do they mix or come together, so I wanted to share this day with my dearest family and friends. I wanted them to join with me and celebrate with me this accomplishment, for it's not mine alone. I've also had the help of fellow officers, mentors, leaders, and soldiers who have inspired me, pushed me, and encouraged me to be better. 17 years ago, I enlisted as a private E1, and today I'm promoted to major. Wow, I really didn't think this is where I would be today. So to all the soldiers, set some goals and work towards them. And really, 20 years is shorter than you think. Colonel Spear, Command Sergeant Major DeWitt, thank you for this opportunity to serve with the 152nd TIOG as your S1. I enjoy what I do for the soldiers of the 152, and I consider it a privilege to serve them. To the 152 soldiers, thank you all for being here today. At first I thought I could just quietly put on the rank and march on, but this is a big deal. Promotions are a big deal, and I appreciate every one of you that came here to celebrate with me. Thanks.